So with this new tyrannical thing that's going on in New Mexico right now, I figured I'd bring up another video from a couple of gun controllers that are a little bit confused on why it's in our Constitution. So there's this guy who made a very good point about how gun control works on I'm not sure where it was, and this little kid just decided that he's gonna outsmart this guy, and now I'm gonna shit on you, okay? Mainly because the more misinformation there is out there about guns, the more these people in power who love gun control start to get bigger balls, like the chick from New Mexico who just decided that this month was about tyranny. Good luck with that, ma'am.
Want to stop drunk drivers from killing sober drivers? Ban sober drivers. That's how gun control works.
I mean, that makes sense, right? Someone who's breaking the law by drinking and driving. How do you stop it? I mean, if we take gun control's perspective, you remove all the people who are law-abiding. You remove all the people who are morally correct, who say, you know what, I'm not gonna go drink and drive. You know what, I'm not gonna go rob that dude on the side of the street with a gun. Big thank you to Black Forest Supplements for sponsoring today's video. They just came out with a new product, Acromencia. It is an amazing probiotic. If you don't know what a probiotic is, it's pretty simple. It helps your gut stay healthy. It also helps your metabolism, and it goes great with their Testo Stack. Turkesterone and Sustanch with Tongkat Ali. If you're looking to optimize your testosterone level, looking for a little more energy in the gym, a little more strength, this is gonna be your best bet. So, they're giving you a discount. There's gonna be a link below the video. Go check them out. I mean, New Mexico governor, you pretty much took this and ran with it, and amen.
And not having guns on the streets is an evidence-based way to make everyone safer. And I will tell you, bad actors, organized crime, the cartel, hide in plain sight because how do you know who is a threat and who isn't? And how would you feel in a city or a community if people had handguns in their belts, on parks, near schools, on public trails, at the grocery store? If you went to a baseball game, like Froylan Villegas' family, it's outrageous and it must stop.
So now we get to the part where this kid had somehow found a problem in what this guy said, and yeah.
Want to stop drunk drivers from killing sober drivers? Ban sober drivers. That's how gun control works.
No, you're wrong. Let's look at the facts.
See, let me stop you there. When you say, no, you're wrong, let's look at the facts, you better bring some very, very strong facts here. Because if you say, let's look at the facts, and then you don't bring up facts, like legitimate facts, your credibility is gone forever. So I'm hoping for you.
Gun control aims to reduce the potential for harm by limiting access to firearms.
Oh, good. Okay. What criminal cares about gun laws? I understand the theory behind gun control. The problem is that criminals do not fit into this theory, sir. What criminal is going to be like, oh, they came out with some new gun control, so I can't use a gun during my crimes anymore?
Let's look at the facts. Gun control aims to reduce the potential for harm by limiting access to firearms, especially for those deemed as a risk, compared to removing responsible gun owners.
Now, when you say keeping firearms away from people who are deemed a risk, I imagine you're talking about red flagging someone, where, I don't know, maybe a guy gets into an argument with his girlfriend and she freaks out and calls the cops and they take all of his guns. That's something that you would be more a fan of, other than, I don't know, cops or the ATF going into the streets and taking down some of the people who are just having shootouts in the middle of the street for a gang turf or a war or whatever. That's what you would be a fan of? Okay. All facts, dude. Yeah. Let's talk the facts.
Think of it more like regulating alcohol sales to reduce the potential for harm than banning sober drivers.
Oh, this is going to be great. Okay, I'm ready.
And the funny thing is, this actually happened, but I don't see you spreading misinformation about that. In 1984, Congress controlled the access to alcohol to anyone under the age of 21 by introducing the national minimum drinking age of 21.
Yeah, they did do that, and guess how many high school kids give a about that. 1, 2, maybe you are included in that? Look, kid, let me tell you a story, or at least my story. I grew up as a pretty strong rebel, meaning that if somebody told me that I couldn't do something, I was going to do it, not necessarily because it's something I wanted to do, but I just did it to give you the fucking middle finger. If you ever meet my parents, you should ask them about that. So when it came to my parents saying, well, look, we don't want you drinking at high school parties when I was, I don't know, a freshman in high school, it was like, oh yeah, okay, mom. And then I would do it just to be like, you know what, let me live my life. Now, obviously, there's some stupidity involved in that with me. And since then, I've grown out of it somewhat. But you relating gun control to, well, kids or people under 21 can't drink. Who cares? Do you think it's really stopping people from drinking? Now, you're onto something here, but you're presenting it wrong and you have the wrong idea about it. I'm going to tell you a quick tweak on how to fix it, and it would be the same fix for gun control.
Prior to this, the minimum drinking age for a lot of states was 18, 19, or 20. And just like gun control, they did this to reduce the potentiality for harm. Younger people are much more likely to be involved in alcohol-related traffic fatalities.
Here's the problem with this. We already discussed that no one cares about the drinking age, especially high school kids. That's all they do. They go to school, they half-ass it, and then they go out and party on the weekends. That's how it works. At least that's how it worked when I was in high school. Let me tell you why the drinking age doesn't work. It doesn't work because the punishment is almost nothing. It's not even a slap on the wrist. It's, well, we'll fine you. Serious, do you think cops pull up to high school parties and arrest everyone and throw them in jail for 5 years? Oh, we caught these kids drinking, give them a 5-year sentence. No, they fine them for the kids they can, catch before they jump the neighbor's bush. So if the consequence is not strong enough, people don't care. That's why when people talk about gun control, it's stupid. Let me tell you the fix, and it has nothing to do with gun control. You will never, ever control guns. You will never, ever see a high school party where there are kids under 21 not drinking. Doesn't work. It's not, and it just doesn't work. This is how you fix it. Consequences. Not for the people who are morally fit, not for people who have guns to protect their families and themselves and aren't out committing crimes. You create extremely harsh consequences for the people who use guns to terrorize other people. Make the consequences tougher. When has that been tried? All I've seen over the past couple of years is, well, we've got to go easier on criminals. Criminal reform. Well, we won't even charge people for this crime anymore.
Yeah. I mean, what are they going to do? Oh my god. Seriously?
Oh, get the out of my neighborhood, please! Oh, they did this? Nah, just let them out. DAs are as woke as it gets. But then on the other side, they're a fan of punishing people who have done nothing, who just want to defend their families. That's the fix to this. It's not gun control. It's not a drinking age. It's not any of that. It's punishing the people, really punishing them so they think twice before they go out and think about robbing someone with a gun. Pretty simple, dude.